Well, update on my plot. Now remember our cold frame? Well, I like to call it a cold frame, but it's a warm frame now. Everything is doing superbly. Look at them lovely parsnips. Carrots, I reckon I should be pulling some of those today, and there's some beetroot. And then in amongst them is some south-sown melons. I'm going to leave those. The courgettes that were grown in there and the squash are now out on the plot. So we come on round. Remember, I got a greenhouse. Somebody said, I don't want it, can you have it? You can have it if you want it. So I've got it, it's here, it's up. I've got tomatoes growing on the top shelf there. They're a whole mixture of tumbler types. And I've got peppers, once again, they're save seed from Tesco's peppers. The tumbler tomatoes I've put in the grow bags, and then I've got some big ones which are save seed again, and they're doing okay. They're a little bit behind, and I've got some money makers down there. Moving round, I'm trying a couple of small raised beds. As you know, I've always done rows, but I'm going to give a couple of raised beds a go. Got some lettuce in there, and some carrots in that one. The wire and the bits of cut privet over the top, that's to shade it so it don't dry out too much. Coming on round the black currants, red currants, and growing up in amongst them is loganberries or raspberries. Moving round, there's that row of peas. They're the later peas. The earlier peas are further up. I've got a row of potatoes there which are blight resistant potatoes I'm giving a go to. And the beetroot are coming on nicely. They were sown out on the plot. And the onions are coming on nicely. Strawberries, they're looking good as well. We've got strawberries on them. Not ripe yet, of course, but they're just little strawberries. You can make them out. Moving on round, grapevines. I now know how to prune them properly. It's going to take me a couple of years, I think, to get them to the way they should be. But I'm getting there, as you can see. They were really bushy last week, but now I've thinned them out. And well, I'm quite confident. I've got grapes on them. Look, this is Seville. It's looking good. Last year I had a job to even get them to set. So potatoes in the basket. I've taken the cover off because we've got a fortnight of good weather forecast. So I didn't see the point in putting polythene on the top. So they're going okay. And then we've got our asparagus. I've had lots of pickings of the asparagus. They've been superb this year, absolutely. But then I suppose because I can water and can control it a little bit, whereas the commercial people, I think they're actually complaining that it hasn't been a good year. Then I've got my strawberries in the path. That's the last year's ones, and then I've put some more in for this year. The leeks are out. I'm doing one row with tubes round and one row without. The ones with the tubes round, I just gradually fill them up with compost. It stretches them up, you get a longer white piece. But the whole thing depends on what sort of weather we have, of course, whether it's going to be hot and dry or wet. Then we've got courgettes over the back there. They've just got flowers on, and I've got some marrows here. And they haven't got flowers on yet. They're doing well. They're looking really healthy, they are. They went in last October. And then they've survived all through the winter, looking good. Then we move along to our pumpkins. All this framing and stuff, it's because we got forecast some hot weather. The pumpkins, the leaves all seem to go down when it's really hot, so I'll give them just a bit of shade, not a lot, just a bit. And that's why I'm growing this sweet corn in between, because the sweet corn give it's the three sisters, and alongside of each one of them sweet corn I'll plant a bean, and then these are The same thing with me butternut squash, and then right at the end there with a bit of protection rain I've got 4 moneymaker tomatoes. These are the shallots. I've sorted them out. The bigger shallots I've put at this end, and then the smaller ones I've put further up until I got to the tiny ones, but the produce, they all end up exactly the same. So well, it looks like they're all going to be the same. Look, they all seem to have the same amount of growth on. Then that was me potatoes I put in really early and covered them, and they just sat in the ground, and then they just bolted away, and they're just looking really good. So I might even cheat and scrape away the sides of some of those. Then here we've got the sprouts they're in, and in between each spray plant I've put some pak choi. So there we go, and I should be sowing some cauliflower ready for next April. Then my broad beans, they've all got nice flowers on. Some of the chaps on the allotments here have actually got beans on there. It's quite nice long pods, but I didn't have much luck. The last few that I did put in, which were down here, they just got ate by slugs. That happens to me every year. I don't know whether I should relent and end up using slug pellets or not, but we'll see. Then parsnips, full row of parsnips. I cheated. I put a packet of seed in the fridge before I sowed them. Then I brought them out here. I sowed them. I think I sowed them in January, and there they are, nice full row. And there's me early peas, all got flowers on, and even a couple of little few pods there. Look, so a couple of weeks and they'll be ready to go. Then we've got our apple tree over the back there. It's absolutely loaded with small apples, so I'm going to thin them out later. And then our last 2 red grapes, they have got grapes on. They're looking really nicely, and once again, now I know how to prune it properly. I'm doing that the Goya system, and so I've thinned out every other one, and then I've clipped them off. And then I've got my potatoes in the bins over the back there, looking really healthy. So all in all, come on rain gently so as not to make you all jizzy. When you look to see what the last one was like, and now this one, it is absolutely gorgeous, and the sun's just about to come out. We had a thunderstorm threatened, so I got up here nice and early and give everything a water, because I do believe you need the electricity from the thunderstorm, which inspires the growth in some way. I'm sure there's someone scientific out there who know the answers to that. So there we go, that's my update here at the beginning of June. Bye for now.